Shalom, this is Chacham Melech Ben Yaakov of the World Alliance of Qara'im, and we are here in the Golan Heights, not far from Majd al-Shams, the Druze village, which is at the base of Mount Hermon, and it is gorgeous here. I want to talk a little bit today, very briefly, about the rabbis and a couple of the lies that they sell or try to sell to the people of Israel. I never want this channel to be negative, to be all about rabbi bashing, but I think once in a while it's important to point certain things out. So the first thing is that the rabbis, when they came to power in the Middle Second Temple period, they completely changed Judaism. They completely changed the keeping of Torah from what it had been for 1,000 years into something completely new. For that reason, for years, I've always said that rabbinical Judaism, Pharisaic slash rabbinical Judaism, is the first Reform Judaism ever in the history of our people. It is Reform Judaism. They reformed the Torah and turned it into something completely foreign and completely different, something that King David, King Solomon, Moses would not even recognize. The second thing I always like to point out is regarding what they call the so-called oral law. I never ever refer to it as an oral law or as the oral law of the rabbis, and I suggest that you don't either. Why? Well, why do the rabbis call their strange, bizarre distortions of Torah, their strange, bizarre Reform Judaism, an oral law? For the simple reason that there's no written record of it. And the reason that there's no written record of it for 1,000 years is, and more actually, is because it didn't exist. It was made up by the rabbis, again, in the Middle Second Temple period, largely based on the surrounding cultures, whether it was Zoroastrianism in Babylon, whether it was Greek and Roman culture back in Israel. They imported a lot of the ideas, thought patterns, and even behavioral patterns from these foreign nations and incorporated it into their new form, their Reform Judaism. But since this was all new and there was no written record of it going back before the time that they came along with these reforms, these distortions, they had to lie and sell snake oil to the people and say that it was an oral law, that it was passed down orally from generation to generation, and only now is it reaching its pinnacle, or only now is it reaching its true expression. So never ever refer to the law, the Judaism of the rabbis as the oral law. You're feeding into their propaganda, into their polemic. We'll leave it at that for this video. Thanks.